In terms of choreography, yes. So there's two things. To go back to what we said. First, choreography is the animation of movement that guarantees the reproduction or the return of a kind of form that remains somewhat identifiable as being, the same. I think in your case, the most important thing is to have the spirit that animates the form. If there's no spirit of Maria José Arjona, or whatever is that spirit, maybe it doesn't have your name, it has some other name or many names of everybody who's there, right? Then it doesn't, the choreography is not going to work, and the work will not going to keep working. So that's the thing that I'm worried about, is when a kind of work all of a sudden starts to exist after the death of the author. Choreography is supposed to be the machine or the methodology that would allow that work to survive. However, because there's no spirit, the work doesn't survive. There's just form that is just an empty shell. So how to preserve the spirit, I think, is super important. And maybe there's ways in which you can narrate or leave your voice in the future, for the future, as a kind of first element of this choreography, right? The choreographic part of how to make your work continue and change at the same time, without the change being a betrayal of the spirit that animates it. So that's one thing. And then the other thing had to do with movement itself, because I was thinking, like, if a work starts to move in such a way that it becomes unrecognizable, that may be nice, but again, it may betray what the work is supposed to do, not what it's supposed to be, but we're supposed to do. We talked a little bit earlier about how works of art are defined by form. I don't think that the form necessarily needs to be respected at all times, but the capacity of work to keep affecting an audience is super important, and the capacity of work to remain receptive to being affected by the state of the world in which it is re-emerging. Let's say 100 years from now, 200 years from now, we have no idea.